let's preempt that and let's start the recording.
We're going to hit record first.
I took notes because that's very me.
Oh, you did?
I took notes, so like I may like look over a little bit and then I'll, yeah.
Well, hopefully you didn't have to take any notes for question 1, which is, what is your name, where are you from, and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name's Tony. I'm originally from Maine, grew up there, and now I'm here in Toronto with my husband. Been here for about 5 years now.
Number 2, how would you describe your fitness journey over the past 10 years? When did you start working out, and did you always feel comfortable in the gym?
Yeah, those are good questions. Oh, wow, it's shifted a lot since even like 20 years ago. So maybe kind of going backwards a little bit. I think I was around 16. I think the first thing after I got my license, I imagine a lot of people, especially a lot of gay guys, were very similar to this. As soon as I got my license, I think I went to the Planet Fitness that was like a few miles down the road from me. And I purchased a membership there, which was great. And I think back then my focus was very clearly on aesthetics. Like I wanted to have big arms. I wanted to have a big chest. I wanted to look like the people that I'm seeing at the gym as a newly emerging gay boy from my chrysalis. So that was my early phase. You know, I think it kind of went into my 20s as well. 20 as I got a little older. I kind of went from my twink phase, went to my little twunk phase, and just really wanted to look good and wanted to look lean. And then now that I'm in like my late 30s, really, I'm really comfortable with my body. I think my focus has really shifted from more aesthetics to more just strength, mobility, and just, you know, cardiovascular. Just really important things there. But yeah, it's evolved. It's been a journey.
Let's go to number 3. So growing up, was there a person or I always say this wrong because it's a lot of P's all at once.
Yeah.
So let's try. Growing up, was there a person or physique that impacted the physique you seek to achieve today?
Say that 10 times fast, right? For me, I can't pinpoint one particular person. I know like throughout college, I always had a picture of Zac Efron above my desk. And I think how he's evolved as well is like probably very similar to myself. But no, he's probably was somebody I really like looked at. It was kind of influenced by his body. But I think it was just around like how other people that I saw at the gym kind of influenced myself as well. Like I saw people who were like lifting heavy and I'm like, you know what, I want to do that. Again, going back to what I said before, I really want to have big arms, have a big chest as well, which luckily genetic wise, like my father, he gave me good chest growing genes. Boom, boom. It was quite easy. But no, yeah, that's really what kind of influenced me earlier on.
Okay, wonderful. How about number 4? Have there been any times where your mental health has impacted your fitness journey in a positive or negative way?
Yeah, I think not really negative. It did help me in really good ways throughout my life. You know, I've struggled with anxiety since I was very young. And I think going to the gym was an anxious experience earlier on because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to speak to. I guess that was probably the point in my life where it was the most anxious, but it was also kind of like my church kind of throughout my life. Like, you know, when times were challenging, which, you know, when I was younger, that was definitely the case. You know, I would really just be like, you know what, I'm gonna grab my keys, I'm gonna grab my gym bag, and I'm gonna head over to the gym and just work out. And you know, it really helped me get through some challenging times. And even nowadays as well, it's really nice that you know, I have the balance, this work-life balance, where I can schedule in going to the gym with my husband. So it's really nice. Like, you know, we just got back from the gym on a work day, so it's amazing. And it really helps with our mental health. Kind of, you know, step away from work, step away from what you're doing, go to the gym, work out, come back feeling 10 times better. So yeah.
And you guys have a great setup, so you don't even have to really leave the house. You're just
I
like,
know.
you know what, we're gonna go over here, we're gonna lift,
We're
then we're gonna go
spoiled.
get a snack.
We're spoiled, but you know what? We still like going to the gym. There's something about going to a gym that's different than working out at home. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I want a space to work out at home, which is great, you know, go for it. But for myself, it's like I really like being around people. I like the flexibility of like different machines that you normally can't put into like a traditional home. So I do really enjoy that. So I feel like we use the gym more than we actually use our at home equipment.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for me, I work out at home if it's snowing or if it's like the weather is terrible or, you know, I just want to do something because I've been on the couch all day, but I'm with
Exactly.
you. It's not the same
Yeah.
as going in person. All right, chugging right along. Number 5,
Yes.
Have there been any times that you felt that your physique has either A, granted you access to certain queer social spaces, or B, kept you from feeling comfortable in certain queer social spaces?
Um, Not necessarily. I feel like the only times I felt uncomfortable would probably be, and it really wasn't, I guess the level of discomfort wasn't quite high, but like I remember when I was younger and I went to more of like a bear bar in my twunk ages, and I felt a little off because I felt like kind of eyes were on me because I was very different than other people. But after a few Jaeger shots, I was totally fine. Um, but I think, I do, there are times, especially when I was younger, when I was like, I, started going to gay bars, I think when I was 16 years old. So it definitely, at that time, it was easier for me. I belonged to like a little clique of people and we would go and we had easier access. So yeah, there definitely were times in my younger ages and in my 20s as well. I think I used to work at some gay bars in Maine, like in Agunquit and in Portland. So it gave me access to access that space when I was younger than 21, which was great to meet people. But yeah, absolutely, it did open up some doors, which is great. I met some wonderful people.
Yeah. Wonderful. Great. How about number 6? Do you have any thoughts about the use of steroids, SARMs, or other PEDs in our queer community?
Yeah, I mean, it's not for me, but I respect everyone's individual autonomy of their own body. I think just the most important things, just I have people that I know who are in some gear, and it's just really understanding how your body works, really having someone there, like a community or just someone that you can speak to who can really educate you, so you can make an informed consent to be able to take that for anything, any sort of supplement that you go on, any medication, even your workout in general. It's really good to have some like a mentor or someone to reach out to make sure you're doing everything safely and just maintaining it going forward.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Okay, great answer. All right. How about number 7? To what degree do you feel that your fitness journey is impacted by social media, either in a positive or negative way?
I mean, well, I'm not very much a social media queen at all. Like, I go on there occasionally just to kind of see other people and what they're doing. But I guess, I do admit I've posted a few stories in the past, showing off my body a little bit, which is nice. So always like it in those the little hearts coming my way. So
Yeah, of
yeah,
course. You do the work, so you might as well show it off.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Number 8, what are your thoughts on body positivity and has it impacted your fitness journey or sense of self?
I think, not only for myself, but like others, it's really beautiful seeing how that shift has changed throughout the years. I think when I was younger, it really wasn't there. I may have started earlier on, but, the focus was really on, a specific narrow like look of what you should look like. And it's really beautiful seeing, people embracing, their body, really understanding their own body, what it can do, what it can't do, and really appreciating that. So, absolutely. Like I said earlier on myself, like I'm very comfortable with my own body. I don't have a perfect body by no means. Like, I embrace my little dad bod that I have. So yeah, I think that's been really helpful for myself, seeing that, having that a chiseled six pack, which I would never
Mm.
want in general, but is something that people are like, okay with. Plus, my husband loves my body and he says it to me every day.
Yeah,
So hey, that's the most important stakeholder, right?
totally. Totally. Okay, wonderful. So, how about let's do number 9? Number 9 is about the pride body. Do you notice that you adjust your workout intensity in anticipation of major queer events?
It's a really good question. And I imagine most people you talk to will probably say, absolutely, 100%. Myself, right now in my life, absolutely not. I feel like I'm pretty consistent going to the gym. And no, I really don't change my routine before Pride events. It's funny, like when we go on vacations, however, I feel like I
Oh,
do change. I feel like I work out more before we go on vacation, probably
mhm.
because I don't get to work out as much when I go on vacation. So I feel like I got to put it in right beforehand. But no, nowadays, absolutely not. Like I just same old, same old. In the past, years ago, 10 years ago, absolutely,
Mm.
I would be doing the whole, what does it call it, the GTL, like gym tanning laundry. Back there, I would be tanning all the time. I would be, working out, making sure that, when I go to like a pride event, I'd take my shirt off and feel comfortable with myself. But yeah, no, that's shifted over the years though.
Okay, wonderful. All right. How about number 10? Do you
Yes.
play any sports or do any other physical activities outside the gym?
count? No, I'm just
Yes, it does count.
kidding. Well, other than that, I'm not a very sporty person. Other than I like to bike during the summertime. That's one thing that
Mhm.
my husband and I really enjoy to do. Biking around Toronto. It's such a beautiful city and they have some beautiful green spaces. So taking advantage of that when we can. Other than that, a few years ago, we haven't done it as much recently, but we joined kind of like a league, kind of like a sports league, where it's like dabble in all kinds of different sports, which was fun. Kind of testing, put my foot in a few sports that I've never played before, and it was with some close
Mhm.
friends, which was really nice. We typically do that in the fall and winter, which the winters can be really awful up here in the north. So it was really welcoming to be able to do things with friends. Again, not very good at sports, sadly. Wish I was, but
Yeah, I wish that I could bike actually, because I'm a basketball player, as you
yeah.
know. But I just something about cycling, I just get tired. Like I don't have quads for it, so I'm always impressed because you and your husband both have like huge quads because you guys can do all this cycling and
Oh, well,
stuff.
thank. Well,
So
I don't see that.
so
Maybe a little body dysmorphia a little bit, but
oh
thank you.
no, you guys got it. Yeah, I wish I had what you guys. So I stick to basketball and you guys stick to cycling.
Exactly. Come join
All
us
right.
sometimes. Well, you're going to be in, California. It's like such a biking place, so you might have to take it up.
Yeah, I feel like I should. I should. All right. How about number 11?
Let's see.
Do you have any wild stories that you've either seen, done, or heard of related to the gym?
Yeah, wild stories. Like how wild are you asking?
As wild
Anything?
as wild as you can want.
Well, sadly, I don't have crazy stories about the gym at all. I've heard crazy stories. I mean, I think the most impressive, I guess, with wild, I'll kind of translate it to like a little, to the more like impressive things that I've seen. So I used to belong to like a powerlifting gym back when I was in
Mhm.
Maine, which was great because I was introduced to it by a group of my queer friends, and we went there and. Going from a traditional gym where it's like people don't really talk to each other and going to this powerlifting
Mhm.
gym, which I'm surrounded with these guys that look like Vikings. They're huge,
Yep.
wearing these crazy outfits. I was like, where am I? But they were such the most welcoming, supportive people that I've ever met in my life. But just watching them, like I'd go in there like right after work and it'd be all these guys just working out and they would be lifting these bars filled with just like every 45 pound plate that you can imagine. And it was just like bowing
Yep.
the entire time. And just
Yep.
like the massive amount of power that these guys had was just crazy. So I
Yep.
guess when it comes to wild, that's like the wildest thing that I've seen in the gym that I can think of.
Yep.
If I thought about it a little bit deeper in the back of my registry, I'd probably find some wilder stories, but that's what I can think of.
That's a good story.
No.
Number 12, do you have any advice for anybody just starting out on their fitness journey? Is there anything that you would tell your younger self about fitness and health?
Ooh. Yeah, no, I think it's, a fitness journey, it's exciting, but it's challenging. So if I was going to give some advice to some people, the first thing I would say is be patient. That's absolutely, number one. It's not going to come easy at the beginning, and you're going to compare yourself to other people's. A lot of people are going to compare themselves, and I think it's really important to really celebrate those wins. When you may not see physical changes, but you're going to notice some changes to your strength. So really embrace that and really celebrate those small ones. Because if you're just waiting for those big milestones, like it might keep you from going forward and being motivated. Another thing that I kind of talked a little bit about throughout this discussion was a community. So really finding your tribe is really important for me. Not everyone's like that. If you like going by yourself, you find it as a good outlet to just be alone, solo, and work out. I feel like you still can find a tribe in that way. At least some people to reach out to get some ideas to help keep you motivated. But for me personally, having people to go with that if I don't go to the gym one day, they'll show up in their pickup truck and they'll pick me up, tie me up, and throw me in the back of the truck and bring me was super amazing. And it really having those people was super supportive and it really motivated me. And probably another thing that was really helpful for myself was, things change. So really like embrace that change throughout your life. Your goals, your body changes over time. So, I started off really, I didn't have to do much cardio growing up. I could eat whatever my heart desired and I wouldn't gain a pound. Not so much anymore. So it was a lot different. My mobility, like I could do back bends no problem growing up. Now I need to focus on mobility. So embrace your change. As you get older, things change. So really, really focus on that. And then if I had to
Yeah.
talk to my younger self, I was a very quiet, socially awkward child. So I think I would, this is a very RuPaul question too.
Yeah, it
I feel
is.
like I should have a picture of myself right here. But I guess my question,
So
how I would respond to that is I would challenge my younger self, and I'd be like, hey, go out there and find a community that of people who are like-minded. Even especially in the queer community, so many people love to work out. Go there, introduce yourself to people, and maybe you can join like a group of people to go to the gym together. To help you, to find that tribe, to stay motivated. Because it took me years, probably a good decade, before I really had a good solid group. And if I was much younger, I feel like mental health wise, and a lot of reasons why I'd be in a better place. So that'd probably be what I would give for advice for my younger self.